Hi, this is Eddie here from EddieForLife, and today I'm going to be talking about what to do if you're looking at a divorce or if you're beginning the process of going through a divorce. So it might be really, really helpful for you to continue listening. So let's go. If you're thinking about a divorce, or if you're at the beginning stages of a divorce, then it's probably very, very frightening, everything that's ahead of you, and I understand that because I've been there and I've done it. I've gone through myself one of the most traumatic divorces that I've encountered in anybody's life, because I accompany people and I help them and support them in their divorces as a coach. I do a lot of other things, but that's like a special niche that I have. And I know what it is. You feel like your life is falling apart. And I want to give you in this video a few tips that will help you to stay intact on your journey. And this is one hell of a journey because it's from one side to the other side. And you have to get to the other side intact spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and also physically as much as possible. Tip number one. First thing, and this is not a cliche, but expect the unexpected, and I mean this. You have to have a mindset that all hell is going to break loose at any given moment. And I don't care if you're a woman or if you're a guy. And I hear this all the time. Oh, he would never do something like that. Or she would never behave like that. Well, listen up. I've been too many times helping out people who said that sentence to me at the very, very beginning. And then I get a call a couple of days later, and even happened to me. I have a case in which 2 days later, a woman calls me up and says, Eddie, and she was crying. She says, Eddie, you're not going to believe it. He blocked my bank account. He did all these things. And 2 days before, I was sitting with her and telling her that this could happen and you have to prepare yourself. So that tip about expecting the unexpected is very, very real. Now, that doesn't mean you have to walk around and think every moment, how am I going to do that to the other side? No way. If you want to know how to, get the other side, how to beat the other side to a pulp, then stop listening to this video, because I'm not into that. I'm interested in having a break or a separation, an honorable separation with dignity, with integrity, and remembering the past that you went through, that there were great times and good times, and if you have children, you're going to have to still be in contact in the future. So, tip number one though, expect the unexpected. And you have to really get into that mindset and think of every possible thing, worst case which can happen, because unfortunately, a lot of times it does happen. And that means cutting you off from all your finances, turning people against you, turning children against you, your close friends, getting to them, even sabotaging your work, your career, and doing everything in the book, everything. Recording you at times you think you're not being recorded, filming you, having private investigators after you, putting, bugs in your car, everywhere. It's been done to me. I know what it is, and I never thought it would happen. So what I'm telling you now is things which I've learned myself, personally. I've been there, I've done it. Tip number two, most important, and I cannot stress this enough, you must find yourself a support group or good friends to support you, or a coach, even a divorce coach. And I am not here to promote anything about myself, so forget about that. This channel is done to give value to people. And I mean, what are the chances that somebody's going to call me up from abroad and say, hey, Eddie, I need you to help me throughout my divorce? Chances are very small. What I'm saying, though, is you need support. And you need great support, because support is going to get you through those rough times, and everybody has them. You're going to feel like you've been smashed in your face, and you're going to go down for the count. And I don't care how strong you are as a woman or as a guy, or what kind of career you have, or how successful you are in business or in any other thing. You're going to go down, you're going to get smashed up, and you're going to feel really worthless. And you need people at those times who can help you get up again, who can give you a hand. So it could be a mentor, it could be a close group of friends, it could be one friend, it could be a coach, it could be a teacher, it could be anybody. It could be somebody in your family, a brother. You know, when I went through my divorce, things like happened overnight. And I mean, I blew into my divorce going at 300 miles an hour, smashed in the concrete wall, and I disintegrated. And I was cut off from all my finances. My business was locked up against me because both my wife and I were in the business, and she planned this for half a year. I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm not saying this to, put her down. None of that. I'm not bitter at all. Just I want you to know that things like this happen. And I was very, very lucky, even though I made all the mistakes in the book, which cost me millions afterwards. And it took me a year of a really traumatic year in which I did nothing but fight for myself. It took me a year just to get divorced and to get some sort of settlement in which I lost millions. And I'm talking millions of dollars. Okay, I didn't come out, a pauper. I wasn't on the street by far. But I made all the mistakes. And I had nothing to support me because I was cut off from everything. As it was, I'm very lucky because I have a very, very rich brother. And he stood behind me all the way. He said, Eddie, you have an open line of credit. Whatever you need, whatever that's what I used. I paid him back in full afterwards. But at that time, that was very important for me because you need money to fight. And this is a fight. Don't misunderstand. And that kind of mindset in which you need a support group, that leads me into tip number 3. And I'm going to stop at this last tip because there's a lot of other tips, but that's going to be for another video. Tip number 3 is very, very important. You have to understand that you're in a fight. Now, when you're in a fight, there's 2 ways of going about it. Either you get kicked in the face or you kick someone else in the face. That's what most people think. There's another way. The other way is coming to the table with strength, with honor. On the other hand, holding out a rose, and you let the other side choose. In other words, you want to fight? I'm going to give you a fight that you'll never forget. On the other hand, if you want to do this in an honorable way, we'll put down our weapons. We'll sit down at the table. We'll understand that we're 2 people. Hey, it's not the end of the world. We're only getting divorced. It's not the end of the world. And we have things in common from our past. And if we have children, we're going to have things in common for the future. Nobody's going away right now. And you have to understand that. So tip number 3 is come from a place of strength. Do not give in. Do not give in. I'm going to say this one more time. Come from a place of strength and do not give in. However, when I say do not give in, that does not mean do not compromise. Yes, there's always a compromise. However, it has to be an honorable one, with dignity befitting you as a person, and something which you can live with, and something which you believe is honorable for you and for the other side. So, I'm just going to recap on those 3 tips for now, okay? First thing is, expect the unexpected, that the worst things possible, which you cannot imagine the other side will do, usually, unfortunately, they do. That's number 1. Number 2, get yourself a support group. You need that support when times are going to be tough, and they are going to be tough. And number 3, do not cave in. Do not give in do not defeat yourself. Compromise, yes, by all means, but honorably. Something which you can live with, and something with honor and dignity, so you know that the other side also can live with it. And I believe very much in compromise in all of life. If you would like to know anything more specific about how to survive divorce, how to get through divorce in the best way possible, you can leave me a comment below. You can ask me anything and I'll reply, because I see this as a service to give you value. I know what you're going through. I know because I went through it. And if you find value in what I've been saying, then, maybe subscribe to my channel and then hit the like button. And if you want to be notified, then hit the bell for my future videos. This is Eddie from EddieForLife, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care until then. Be strong and stay safe.